Welcome back. This is Deborah Wilcox, and we haven't done this in a while. So I'm going to just start. I'm outside, and when I'm outside, we have to deal with traffic noise and maybe the wind. But there's always a reason not to paint, and I went a long time without doing it. So here we go. And what's really weird is that I have the camera between me and my canvas. So we'll see how this works. I don't know if how well this will work. But I'm always open. Always open for trying new things. I'm using just a worn out bright flat brush as my sketching brush. It's really small. It's like a 0 by the Renaissance Silver Grand Prix. It's 1002 bright. It's an old brush, but I use my worn out brushes as my sketching brush. Yeah, it's been a while. My shoulders are already getting tired. But I am sitting on the other side of the camera, which is different. So my reach is farther. I'm not worried about exactness, as if you've watched my other videos, you know that I just don't get hung up on the details right now. Mainly I want to get my sketch in. I'm using paint, oil paint by Rembrandt. This color's called Burnt Carmine, and it's just kind of a darker violet. I think it's got a little black in it, kind of. It's kind of a little bit screwed up there, but if you've watched me before, you know I kind of bring it all together in the end. It's pleasant out. We went from like 95 degrees, 100 degrees on this porch, and today I had to actually wait for it to get warm enough. It was like 66. I'm sure that you're probably having the same scenario. Hopefully you have a porch. I'm hoping the fires, they were awful. They're still awful. It's unfortunate, everything that's still going on in our poor little world. But with painting, the composition is what I'm working on. Okay. And the composition is the elements that are in this painting, that I want in this painting. I'm just kind of sketching them in. Oh, it's interesting. I have not painted in a while, but it's a pretty far stretch how I'm painting this. So This painting is inspired by a photograph taken by, I believe her last name is Sutherland. And there's a lot of photographers that have access to the wild horses, the Mustangs. And there's wonderful reference material, a lot of photographs. I always try to ask if I can use reference material. This one I'm changing a bit. That's the other thing. If I'm not going to do it exact and can change it 30%, then it really becomes more of an original. But it was such an inspiring photograph. These horses reflected in the water. And I know my shapes are goofy. Not real worried about it. If you watch me before, I fix things as I go. I don't trace, I don't grid it off. I just want to direct paint. That's what I call direct painting. And to me, it's more fun than having to be so rigid with it. Some people can. Let's see. I want to get this. There's ways to get a painting onto a canvas, but this is the way I like to do it. There's nothing wrong. Plein air painters, to be able to plein air paint, which means you can go outside and paint from anything, from your location. If you're dependent on tracing or projecting and tracing, then you really limit your experience. Like me being out here painting on my porch today, I could have sketched it on here ahead of time, but I think there's something to be gained in the direct painting too. I do think there is. And as you can tell, this is horses. Motorcycle, always. Our neighborhood has a lot of motorcycle enthusiasts. That's okay. Then there's also a trail called a ditch trail, irrigation trail that people walk a lot on. And it's a beautiful day. Like I said, we went from being so hot and then it got really cold for a few days, and now it's a beautiful fall day here. And I prefer to be outside. That way my husband, I'm not interrupting him, making him have to be super quiet inside, because we just, like I said, we live in a pretty tiny place now, and which we love, but Takes some planning. Okay, that horse is looking a little funky, but that's okay. I'm also kind of working on him from a weird angle. I just suggest things at this point. I could get all involved here with details and might be wrong. So no sense getting carried away. I'm just celebrating because I'm painting. Between the fan in the house with the air conditioner and actually being too cold inside with the air conditioner and everything else going on, I kind of lost my mojo. Had too many excuses. Not any good reasons, just excuses, so I'll be honest. Okay, so we're bringing this together. I'm trying to decide if I'm adding another horse or not, or just let these two mares and babies be my story, which I might. Because the tree kind of plays our odd element, our fifth element. I like odd numbers in my composition. So this gives us a grouping of 3 and a grouping of 2, if you include the tree, and I think I can do that. So what I do know is this stuff is reflected down in here. Reflections are not the easiest. Sometimes it's even easier to take everything, turn it all upside down, and paint it anyway, sorry, and paint it too much. I'm going to move that closer. Mares in the wild have their babies usually in February, and then within a couple months they're usually bred right back. Carry the babies for like 11 months and a day. And I think both of these mares here look like they're in full. Baby on the side and baby in full, so. May not make any sense right now. It's kind of my map, doing a map for myself. I don't like too much paint. Been a while since I painted, like I said, so kind of getting warmed up here too. Taking me a little bit to haven't done horses reflected in water before. It's kind of very interesting, challenging. So this mare's belly is really down here. And my canvas is kind of one more. I think, sorry, I hit the camera. I think I'm going to move this head over a little bit right to here. Bless you. Bless you. Somebody in the ditch. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone for now. tree. Ooh-wee, lots of paint there. All right, getting into landscaping. I'm going to raise this line up just a bit. Okay. And then this tree has an old cottonwood, so it has a real gnarly bark. And got a few old branches hanging down. Excuse me. And it's got some leaves on it. Making more, actually, just kind of notes to myself.